up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
So,
what up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin. How you doing, Sally?
Good. Reggie's got a new hat on, everybody. If you're only listening, which most of the audience probably listens, some do video, but it says available light.
Yep. And this is
I don't even know, what does that mean, dude?
Interpret it how you want to, man. Available light.
I thought it was like you're available now, you're single, so you're like turning on the light. Or then I thought it was like a Bud Light thing, like I'm available for Bud Light.
Yo, man, hold on. Don't be dissing my man shit, man. This brand
you told me to interpret it. I'm interpreting it, dude.
Well, how about this? We're gonna say that the light is energetic, right? It's energy, available
it ain't
light.
Bud Light. Okay.
Light shines, it exposes dark corners. It brings
so it's
in,
like, so you're like available light. You're light.
I'm an available, energetic, positive light, man. That's what it's about. It's about positivity.
But what do you mean it's available?
Energy.
Like I could borrow that for a minute?
It's like I'm open. I'm available. I'm open to sharing this light with you.
Can I take it?
No, you can't take it. I mean, you can take it if I give it to you.
It's available though.
It's available, yeah. You can come and you can.
I can take it.
Well, all I know is this brand is this is my man Mahershala's brand. There's a website. You can go check out the different things. He's got coats and shirts and hats and things of that nature.
And it all says that on it?
It says some version of this on it and
what's
different languages.
Website?
I'm sorry?
What's the website?
I think the website is availableight.com, actually. I think.
Availableight.com.
I think so. I need to confirm that. But
can we go to it right now? Maybe I'll look up some stuff.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
Get a hat.
I know if you go on IG, you can see it. Go to his page.
I'm not going to that.
Or available light on IG. But basically, man, so this is one of the hats. I have a couple more. I'll wear a different one next week, and then after that,
I don't have any. You didn't hook me up any?
I did not. No, I didn't. Just I want to make that explicitly clear. No, I didn't. I mean, how am I gonna hook you up on something that somebody else hooking me up on, right? Like
you'd be like, "Hey, you're giving me 7 hats. How about you give one to my man Sal?"
And he's like, "How about you give one of your hats to Sal?" Right?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody break me off.
But, man. So
let's see.
So I like the hat, but this is the thing. I was trying to figure out how I want to rock this joint, right? Like, do I want to keep the flat brim, kind of turn it up right here, like this, right? Boom, or with the flat brim and then just slightly askew right there. I kind of feel like that's my old school 90s b-boy type of joint, right? Like I feel like I should be making a music
you're
video.
too old to be doing that shit, man.
Too old to be doing that, right? But then I was thinking, I can go with the rounded
That's how
brim.
You gotta do it. Because it has that military hat look to it.
It's got a military. Okay. All right. So I'll rock it like
that
this.
Looks like you're reporting to the barracks. I like that.
To the barracks. All right. So
that's like what Eminem was wearing. When Eminem wears those little black ones like that. Where he did you see him when he went to the fight this weekend and he always wears those little black hats.
Who's this?
Eminem. Have you heard of him? He's a rapper.
Oh no, I don't know any Eminem? Eminem, like the candy? M.
Yeah,
and
dude.
sign M.
Mm-hmm. That's what he named it off of.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that guy. Does he have any good music? He's a rapper? Can he rap?
He's a white rapper, so he's very good.
What? A white rapper? Dude, that's an oxymoron. Those are two things that do not exist, right? Together. White and rapper? Get out of here. No, man. Let's just go ahead and throw it out there real quick. Eminem is one of my favorite artists of all time. Eminem is so talented and gifted. One of my favorite songs that just kind of get you amped no matter what, no matter where, no matter what's going on. If you put on what is it? The music, the moment you want it, you got
Man, you pick you pick his most famous song. That's the best one to you.
No, I didn't say the best one. I just said this song, one of my favorite songs, is one
Well,
that gets
that's
you amped.
everybody's favorite. There he is. See the little brim? He wears the black one with the little brim.
Yeah, it's a little different because he doesn't have the seams right here on the side.
Right,
His is more rounded off.
Right.
But I don't know how I feel about Eminem these days with the whole beard action.
Oh, I dig it. It's all right.
You
He's
would like
always kind of rocking that lately.
You would like a little raggedy beard. For anybody who's watching,
you know, Detroit's
right?
own, baby.
And you know I'm from Detroit, right? So I just don't know how much I like the little beard action. But whatever, man. You know, maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's jealousy because I can't pull that joint off.
I can't get the sides either. But I mean, I liked when he first got rid of the blonde when he did it was almost like he needed to do the blonde to stand out and be noticed at the bleached head. And then he did his movie and, you know, so he's playing himself basically. So he went back to black and then that's made us see him. And then he put that. So, you know, that song, of course, the one you like won the Oscar. So he has an Oscar, Eminem. Nice. And he didn't think he was going to win. So he didn't even go. He was like in Detroit and home. So he had like they had some representative there who had to go grab it for him.
What is that about? I don't think I'm gonna win, so I'm not gonna participate. Whatever. I only come if I'm gonna win.
Well, right? No, because you know, think about it. 3 years ago, the guy, nobody even knew who he was. And this is like that movie was like 03, so like 99 was his first album. So like 4 years they didn't even know who he was, and then he won an Oscar. So you wouldn't think they would even like him. You know what I mean? Because he was very controversial at the time when he came out. So you didn't think the powers that be would vote him in. But that song was such a hit, man.
Yeah, the song is such a hit. But even still, what about just, you know, being a part of the thing, man? Like, this is life. Living, showing up and being a part of it.
Not everybody needs award shows, Reg.
Not everybody.
Not everybody needs award shows to pat themselves on the back.
Yeah, look. I'm with you 100%.
He didn't think he had a chance. I mean, he's been to some sense, I think.
Yeah, but it's just, dude, okay, look. So our audience can chime in on this. I don't think there's anything wrong with just having the experience. Why not? Why not just go to even if no one knows you, you're a blip on their screen for a moment. You go to the Oscars, you walk the red carpet, you take the pictures, you be in the room, you meet the people, you shake the hands, you take the pic. You know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of cool that you don't do that. I kind of like that. He's like, nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm too cool for school, right?
And then it hurt. That doesn't hurt him. He doesn't need the network.
No, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. It has not tarnished or hurt his career at all. He's still top 10 of all time, right? But and you know, I'm sure he went later at some point. But it's just like, you know, I'm just like, yo, why not get the experience, man? Why not? But hey, look, to each his own.
Reggie's upset Eminem didn't go to his Oscars.
I'm not upset. I'm just like, yo, what I'm bothered by is the way you said it. He didn't think he was gonna win, so he said, I'm not gonna go.
Well, he didn't even think he was on the radar. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna win, I'm not going. It was more like
he didn't think he was gonna be nominated.
They would ever even they didn't think they would even get a chance.
Yeah, but they sent out the nominations before the whole thing, so you know you're nominated.
He knows he's nominated, but that doesn't mean nothing.
All I'm saying is that the way you said it, it's implied that I didn't think I was gonna win, so I ain't go, which implies
he didn't think he was gonna win.
Which implies that, yo, I think I'm gonna win. I'm gonna go.
That's right? How you interpret it. That's how you interpreted it, Reg. It's your own interpretation.
Based on what you said. Based on what you said. I'm not making up anything. I haven't added anything into this except for the second story, which is based off of your first story. That's all.
I read it available light. I interpret it how I will. I say it the way I said it. You interpret it the way you will.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just saying, based on my man knowing who he is energetically and the type of energy that he's trying to put out into the world, and for him to make something like this, right? As far as like that being the thing, available light, I'm saying that it's coming from a positive place, right? Okay. Like it's energetically something that he wants to contribute to the world in a positive way, right? Like light, access, right? Like sharing of energy, light, positive energy in a certain way. So yeah, man.
I looked up availablelight.com. It's not on there, dude. It's
So maybe it's just on the IG. Maybe
It's
check
a
out.
different site. They have a bunch of available lighting.
Oh,
Actual
really?
lighting is what it had. So yeah, but yeah, I'll look it
So
up.
here
It's
it
on
is
his site
on
on his
Instagram.
Instagram.
On Instagram, it's available light, but it's available __ light, and so it looks like this. Wait, can you see that? Oh
Now,
shit,
man,
my
you're
screen. You
doing
can't see
terrible
it.
marketing for your friend. I would not
I
hire
wouldn't
you.
say terrible, but I would say, I wasn't trying to. Okay, so here's a coat, right? Like available light coat,
Hmm.
and then to show some of the stitching.
How much one of them hats, Reg? You gonna break me off a hat or what? What
I'm
colors you
not
got?
sure, man. I'm not sure how much they are. I received them in the mail.
How many did you get?
I have 3.
All right, what colors? Green, black, and something else. I
No,
assume.
I got this winter green, and then I
Yeah, that's a
have
cool color.
like a denim, like almost it's like a denim, and then I have an orange one. It's like pixelated with orange and like burgundy or something and
All
brown.
right,
It's
I look
different
forward to
colors.
seeing that. All
Yeah,
right,
I'll wear that one
Reggie
next
hat
week.
collection.
Yeah,
Where do you put
I'll
all your
wear.
hats? They just hanging on nails on the wall?
Well, okay, so if you look over my right shoulder in the background, you see those 2 things up in the wall.
It's all blurry. Somebody
Okay, those
blur
2
that
things
out.
right there, those are the hats. I have those hanging, and then I have a ton of other hats.
So those are only
Baseball
2 hats
caps,
up there, though.
and I have this one on, so that's 3.
So where do you put the others? Though? Like, how do you have space for all of it? Is what I question.
I have a for people out there who are interested, I have a I have a case. I have a hat case that's long where you fold the hats and they stack into each other, just like in the store when they're stacked into each other. I have
Oh,
them in that, and that's where they are. I have a lot in
how
there,
big
and
is it? A
it's
big
pretty
case?
long.
Like,
It's like
because I got them all hanging up on the
3.
wall and shit, but then I got to put them on top of each other, and it's a little crazy. But that sounds pretty neat.
Here, should I show it to you?
I mean, I don't know. Do people care?
I don't know. You asked. I
I
was just gonna say
maybe
probably not.
maybe later. You don't have to show it
Probably
to me on a
not. They don't care.
podcast.
They don't care. No one.
But I would
No
like
one
to look it
cares
up.
where I store my
Or
hats.
just send me what it is. Send me your availability or
Okay.
where you got it.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. No one cares where my hats are stored.
Yeah, like
People are like,
because I was taking one on to like I was gonna they get dusty sometimes up top. That's the problem.
yes, that is true. That is
So
very
and then I
true.
got some hats and hat boxes. All right, what a great podcast so far. Let's talk about
we got the
hat
available light.
storage.
So check that out, folks. Go look on Instagram.
All
You can
right,
go available
let's
light
bum everyone out. Let's
and
see.
just check it out. It's a couple things on there that you may like. I like this hat. I'm rocking that joint with the bent brim today. And yeah, we'll segue into Matthew Perry.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. The job's a joke, bro.
All right, so yeah, dude, that is he was my favorite of the Friends characters, I would say.
Okay.
You
Joey?
never watched it, huh?
For me?
You obviously didn't
I
because you
can.
just said Joey. Jesus Christ.
It's not Joey. No, I know people like Joey, right? Or don't they? They don't like Joey.
Well, who did Matthew Perry play?
Winnie Chandler or something. He was
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yeah, he was Chandler.
Chandler, yeah.
Chandler
Joey,
who?
no, Chandler is Joey, Chandler, Ross,
There you
Jennifer
go.
Aniston, and Courtney Cox. Say the characters' names and then say the real actors' names. And then
You
Phoebe,
forgot one.
and
Yeah,
Phoebe.
that's not
Phoebe.
her real name.
That's not her real name. Phoebe
What's,
is her character's name. I don't know her
What's
real
the
name.
character's name for Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox?
Because let me see. Because they always wanted Ross and Jennifer Aniston's character to get back together. Like there was a whole thing.
Yeah, what was her name?
Her name was
It's so too white for you, huh, dude?
I can't. Hey man, I'm not gonna say it's too white. I'm just gonna say it's very white. Right? Like it's But listen, you got to remember, I went to St. Mary's College of California. Shout out to the Gales, right? Being nationally ranked. And people of color at St. Mary's made up 3% of the population on campus. So it's not foreign to me to be around a bunch of white people, right? That's just what it is. It's like, and let's just be honest, the higher you move up the social ladder, the economic ladder, the whiter it gets, right? The fewer there are of people of color to some degree. So I got nothing against, white people, right? Obviously, but hey man, look, I'm probably just not gonna watch the TV show with Chandler for one, right? That's a hell of a
Taylor
name for you.
Bing.
Chandler, Ross, Joey. Those are some white ass names. Phoebe, that's the whitest name you can come up with.
Well, and then the other ones are not white at all, right? Monica and Rachel.
Monica and Rachel. Okay, those are legit. There's a lot
Rachel's pretty white.
Rachel can be white, but Monica is, that can be
pretty white.
That can be it can be, but it's versatile. So yeah, at that time, but you gotta remember, man, when I was in college, man, everybody, the whole world stopped there on that campus, especially when it came down to Ross and Rachel trying to figure out who's gonna be and what's gonna happen. Are they ever gonna get together? Will their love survive? Right? Like, will they come back? And they have moments, and everyone's like on the edge of their seats. It's like it's during that time where you had Melrose Place and 90210 and then Friends. You had these shows with a bunch of white people who are all good friends, but they were all kind of messing around with each other, right? It was like trying to figure out if it was very ancestral. Like that's very
kind of like,
too.
isn't Living Single, or was that one kind of like that? Or
only one that on there was two. There was Overton Wakefield and Kim Coles, right?
Yeah.
Overton, or John Henson's character and Kim Coles, but they established it happened. They came together and then they were a couple. Yeah, shout out to Friends, man. It was.
So you never watched it? You never watched it?
I can honestly say I never watched it religiously. Like, I didn't check my clock.
You've
I
seen
would never
episodes,
walk
though.
around and be like, oh shit, Friends are on. Yo, man, turn on Friends. You missing Friends, right? Like, no, I didn't. I had Friends.
I
in
remember
real life.
seeing it when it first came out because it was on right after Seinfeld. So it's like, okay, let me see what this show is about. And it was all right. But I mean, the first season, like, he has a monkey and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And yeah, so then but yeah, dude, and I watched them all during the pandemic, man, because they're all on Netflix, and fucking great. Good show. I don't care. Should have me rolling. Now it definitely changes as it gets later.
Right.
With the relationship. Paul Rudd's in it at the end.
Paul Rudd shows up?
Yeah,
Oh,
Paul
yeah,
Rudd's
he's dating
guy.
Rachel, right? Isn't
No,
he dating
Phoebe.
Rachel?
Phoebe, son.
Phoebe. Okay. And her Stinky Cat. Her song.
No, it's not
Smelly
Stinky
Cat. Smelly Cat. So see, I know a little bit, man. I mean, but just for the record, I got nothing against the show, bro. I got nothing against the show. I'm just, as an African American male who's a former collegiate athlete, I just wasn't checking for a show about a bunch of white people all hanging out.
Well, I mean, I didn't at that time either. I'm just saying.
No, but you can relate to it. You can relate to it on some level.
Oh, yeah, I definitely like the Italian guy.
There you go. You're like, there was somebody. I think that's a perfect.
But Chandler was funny as fuck, though. Chandler was funny.
Yo, hold up though. But I think let's just address this real quick. You found a character on the show that you could identify with. You said I definitely.
Well, not really. He's a little stereotype. He was just, hey, I'm a dumb Italian who bangs a lot of broads.
Dude, all I'm saying, regardless of whether he's a high character person or moral person, he was a character that you could identify with. I look at none of those characters and I don't identify with any of them. And there were no black people on the show, not even in the diners and shit. Like, it was like,
right?
Like,
they went to segregated diners.
Yeah,
they went to diners in the 50s.
They're in New York, and it's like they even black people walking by outside.
Well, they caught shit. So in season 9, they brought in what's her name?
Yeah, the comedian
Aisha Taylor.
Yeah. They brought her in. And see, like, the last
and
season,
then so she could hook up with Ross and Joey. They got
she had to bang both dudes on the show.
I mean, I don't know if they got to banging them both, but she made out with them both.
Oh, she made out with them both. Okay, so they were like, "Hey," it took them 8 years to realize Yo,
You know who was
ain't no black people on this show. They're like, oh shit, we better throw one in there, and then they throw in Aisha Tyler, who actually I'm not even gonna go there. Aisha Tyler, she's black. That's what it is. Although in real life,
what does that mean?
well, just because they brought in a black chick, but she was a black chick that would fit in that world, right? Like
Right,
they didn't bring in a
right,
black
right,
chick
right,
that
right,
was
right.
like, but she was a black chick. Like when I saw Aisha Tyler on the show for a moment, I'm like, oh, okay. She probably went to a prestigious white college, right? She dates white
Right.
dudes, and she probably, like her best friend is white, right? Which is fine, but it's just, she made sense to fit into that world, right? They're not
Right.
gonna bring in like Keisha Cole, who grew up in East Oakland, into this show.
All right,
Although that would
let's
have
see if
been
you
great.
recognize. There's a lot of cameos in Friends. Let's see if you recognize this person.
Doug Benson? Doug Benson was on Friends? Shut up. Comedian and weed head Doug Benson was on Friends. Wow.
Here it is.
Oh, come on. You're telling people about me.
You two could really hit it off.
Is that Paul Rudd?
I'm gonna go mingle.
No.
So you work at Bloomingdale's, huh? My mom calls it Bloomies.
Oh, yeah, okay. At ease, soldier.
Sorry?
No, it's all right. You can just drop the act, Tommy. I know what's going on here. You're Danny's wingman, right? You guys are best buds. Frat bros.
I'm gonna go talk to a friend.
Yeah. You
That's
go
funny.
talk to your friend. You go tell him nice try.
There it is. There's Doug Benson in Friends.
There you go, Doug Benson's cameo. And he got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for that, because I'm sure it's in rotation everywhere. People watching it. He's getting paid every time.
Oh yeah,
show-
that's a good point.
it
Every
comes on.
time it airs, he's probably
Every time he
getting-
airs, he's getting a little check. Ching ching.
Yeah.
So
then,
cool.
then this is what's sad though. Is like he dies in his hot tub, and
wait, hold up.
you
You didn't even address it. Let's just say it. So Matthew Perry from Friends passed away 2 days ago at 54 years old. Condolences to his family and fans out there. Yeah, man. They said he drowned, but and they said there was no foul play and there was no illicit drugs.
yeah,
So
it could have been maybe a heart thing. and
that's what I
then
was
he
thinking.
just-
But then when you say
But
that,
see
instead
now,
of
look at
drowning-
this pool. Look at this hot tub, though. I mean, that's a big old hot tub. Like you could drown. I could see someone drowning in that easily.
That looks like a pool. That was his
It
hot tub.
looks
Is that
like a
him?
damn. Yeah, that's him. This is the last picture he posted on Instagram, like 5 days before it happened.
Okay, so the question
there's
is,
the
who posted
moon.
that? Who took the picture? Because it's not a selfie.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe his assistant or someone. I don't know. His assistants who found him.
Oh wow. 5 days
But, yeah.
before he posted. Man, that's very
Yeah,
frustrating.
so he liked his pool. He liked his hot tub, but
Look how
yeah,
high he
man,
is.
that's
He's up
fucking-
above.
Yeah, that's the
LA.
thing. It's a big ass hot tub. So like I could see that. It's not drowning, and that doesn't seem far fetched.
Yeah, but how deep is it? It's a hot tub. I'm sure it's like 3
No,
feet,
but I'm
right?
just saying
4
if
feet?
you
3.
if something
doesn't matter.
happens, if you lose consciousness in any way, if it's a heart thing, if I don't know, whatever, you pass out, whatever it is, then yeah, you could see somebody easily drowning in that. It's not like a small hot tub at all.
Right.
You're right. It's like
right.
a pool. It's a damn.
Yeah,
it's
it's like
a
a
damn
pool.
near pool.
It's a pool. Man, I mean, but look, he's 54, which is very young, which is sad. But I mean, it's a nice hot tub, man. He definitely was living his best life, right? He done
Yeah, I
his
mean, he
thing.
struggled a little bit, I think,
Career-wise, or-
afterwards,
Yeah.
like, but he's one of my favorite. One movie I kind of dug that he was in, with Salma Hayek, and it's kind of funny. He here he
Matthew
is.
Perry. Man, tomorrow's not promised, man. And I know these numbers seem very that seems very young, but I guess when it's time, man, it's your time. And ain't no two ways about it. Not everyone gets to make it to 89, right? 70.
Yeah, that sucks because you're
72.
just sitting on the pool trying to chill. You know what I
Or
mean?
shit. Or even just till tomorrow, right? Like 54. Jeez.
Yeah, man, not good. So yeah, here's this picture with him with Salma Hayek. A lot of these guys I remember them all trying to do different movies. I remember
Afterward, they were severely typecast.
or,
No
or
matter.
even during, even during mostly because they were kind of like pretty famous. But
Well, the show was so popular. After that show,
right.
the only people who really were able to have a successful career as something other than the characters that they played on Friends was Jennifer Aniston, obviously, and maybe Courtney Cox, right? Like she had a couple roles here and there.
Right, but then they all, well, then what's his name? Matt
David
LeBlanc went
Schwimmer.
on to
David
do a whole
Schwimmer, he
nother
had a
thing.
show, right? When he play, he had some show as a doctor or something, the role of a doctor.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
here, remember
But
this? This is this movie.
Fools Rush In.
What?
Wow. Matthew Perry and Selma Hayek. I mean, yo, look, Selma. But look though, so this is the
That was
thing.
right after Desperado.
Okay, so check this out. You look at this man, and he just looks like, to me, he just looks like Ross. I mean, not Ross, but he looks like Chandler from Friends, right?
Yeah,
And he just,
no, that's true. He is. And well, then he he put on a little weight going into the second half of the year of the show of the series because he quit smoking. I guess he was a big smoker. And so if you watch it, you can see. But during those smoking days, man, the third, fourth seasons, he was on, dude. He was killing it.
So
And
you're
him
saying
and
the
Joey
smoking helps
were.
him?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're like,
I'm just saying during
you're like,
those years,
you're like,
he
he
was
stopped
on.
smoking and he got fat. But when he was
Yeah.
smoking, oh man, he was on it. He was skinny and funny, malnourished and hilarious.
But yeah, then his relationship, him and Joey, was really funny. It was good. And gonna miss the Chan man, as they
Okay.
call him.
Yeah, well, like I said, condolences to his friends and family. I mean, to his friends, family, and fans. You know, anybody who
Yeah.
was, who watched during that time and were invested and engaged. I'm sure that it was kind of tough for them in a certain way. So,
Right.
yeah, man, it's unfortunate. Life is like that, man. It's just tomorrow's not promised, so you got to make the most of today. I want to share this real quick. People always say there's this saying that was going around. It's pretty popular some years ago called YOLO. You only live once, right? You gotta do because you only live once. I'm like, boo. I don't subscribe to that. I heard another saying which goes the other way, which is just for me personally way more appealing. It's no, it's not that you only live once. You only die once, but you live every day.
Ooh, that's a good one, Reggie.
Thank you. And I can't take credit for
warn
it.
me how to cue the music up. Oh, whose is that?
There's a comedian named Michael Jr. He's a clean comic, does
no thanks. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. So, but he said it. There was another thing he said too that I thought was really good, but I'll say that for another time. But that one hit me. I was like, yo, that makes a lot of sense to me. You do, it's this idea you only live once. Well, no. You're living every day. So make the most of every day because you only die once. So
right.
It's not this thing
man.
of like, going over the top.
That's just depressing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what else is depressing, baby? The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, there we go. Sal's favorite topic.
These motherfuckers.
His beloved Cleveland Browns. Go ahead.
These Browns really ruined my Sunday yesterday. Let's show you. So Browns have been having some problems lately. A quarterback with the wiener exposing problem. He hasn't been playing, right? He hurt his shoulder.
Deshaun Watson, $200 and some odd million man.
Yeah.
Not playing.
Not played. Like 4 games now. It's
Why?
bad.
Oh no, I thought he was suspended for the first half of the season or something.
That was last year. He was suspended almost all of last year. Now he's back. He's had one good game against a crappy team. And then he got hurt. He fell on his shoulder. It's his throwing shoulder. That's a big problem.
So he's injured. He's injured.
So our backup was gone. We gave a good backup away. So we got the shortest quarterback in the league is our backup, PJ Walker.
Dang, that sounds like a short person, PJ.
Yeah, I don't
PJ
know. He's not
sounds
5'9", but he looks it from on my TV screen.
He's 5'9"?
No, I don't know. Let me see. He's under 6.
Okay, because I'm
Which
like, yo,
is
you can't be
crazy for a
5'9"
quarterback.
as a quarterback who's standing behind guys who are 6'5" and 6'6", 6'7", right?
He's 5'11", they say.
Oh, okay. So he's on his tiptoes, he can see pretty well. He
Well,
can see
that's the
okay.
problem. He fucking can't, Reg. He can't see too well. He's too
Is he passing
short.
the ball? Is he like when he
Oh.
throws the ball, is he hitting his offensive lineman in the back?
Oh, you're about to see. So he's
They're
like,
like,
oh,
hey,
offensive
dude.
lineman's like, yeah, we'll just hit me in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So I'm throwing downfield.
yeah.
So this
All right.
dude, all right, 2 minutes left in the game. Let me set up I'll even set up the video clip here for you. The picture looks good. All right, there it is. Okay, you see
Okay.
this?
Yes.
Scroll down. Here we go. 2:04 left in the game.
And the score is 20-17. You're up
Yeah, who's winning? Brownies are winning.
with 2 minutes
Brownies
to
are
go.
winning.
Okay.
With 2 minutes in the game, 3rd and 3.
That's a lot of
So you
time in
gotta get-
football.
It's a lot of time. And they
A lot
got
of
2 timeouts, but there's that little slot there. So what you do is when your guy is that short, and you just try to chew the clock, you run the damn ball.
Yeah, you run the
Just
ball.
run the
Eat up the
ball.
clock. That's it.
And if we don't get the first down, you punt it down the field and let the clock chew up as they try and come down.
Nah, 'cause then they
we
go
have
into
like one of the what's the thing? We have one of the best defenses in the league right now.
Yeah, you
Some
guys beat
saying
San
it's the
Francisco a
best.
couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot tougher for a team to go 80 yards down the field than to go 40 yards, right?
Okay.
As you see here. So here's the fucking play.
Pressure coming from Adams.
Where'd it go?
And that's batted, and it is picked off. Julian Love, the interception at the biggest moment.
So here, you'll
And
see the
finally,
replay because you're like,
Jamal
what the
Adams,
hell?
when
Yeah, I'm
they
like, it
needed
happened so
most,
quickly.
comes up with the deflection to set it up.
Look at this. Off of a guy's
Off the
helmet.
head. He might as well be playing for the Sounders. And
like a goddamn
off the
blooper.
head. Comes up with the deflection to
Well,
set it up.
But when you look at it,
Blooper right here.
Off the head. He might as well be playing.
Off the head.
off the head. I mean, okay, so let's just be honest, man. That's just one of those freak accidents. That's just one of those things that just happens. You can't.
Yeah, but you know how that doesn't happen? If
you
you
run
run
the
the
ball.
damn ball.
I agree. You run the ball, and you only need 3 yards. You can get third down.
Unbelievable.
You
I
can get
can't.
those
That's,
3.
and I'm not even really. I'm playing PJ Walker a little. He was fucking terrible yesterday. He fumbled. He threw another interception that was like right to the other guy. Like it wasn't. This one was a freak play. The one before he threw it right to him. What are you doing?
Did
Our
the guy catch
our guy's wearing white. You threw it to the wrong guy.
That's funny. You make it sound like the guy caught the ball like.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, what did he just give
It's
me?
just like-
They just gave me this." And then the other one, he's getting sacked, and he can't just get sacked. No, he got to lose the ball while he gets sacked. So then they get the ball, and our defense still kept us in the game.
How long has he
and
been in the
we
league?
Had a chance. Well, I want to say like 6 years or something, but he was never a starter. He started last year for the first time, maybe a few
Okay.
years actually, because he was in the XFL. That's what it was. He was in the XFL, and he was like the best in the XFL. But that's like playing with a bunch of guys down in the, down the street.
That's community rec league. I hate to say it.
Yeah. It's like, let's all go to
That's
the
the-
cul-de-sac and play.
Yeah, that's the why. That's the why. You're
Right.
playing,
So
like he was the best. He was the best player at
there.
the why.
Yeah, but here, being 5'11", man, you can't be bouncing shit off of people's helmets. So anyway,
Well,
but it
hold
was
up
a
though.
whole
But the
bunch
guy
of
jumped. The
drama.
guy jumped up in the air, and the lineman also pushed the guy. Right. So
He
it was a.
pushing him to block him, but the
Yeah,
guy,
it's hey man, it's just one of those things, man. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to just accept that one.
that shit pissed me off.
I'm sure.
So,
I've seen
anyway.
football fans. You guys lose your shit.
I couldn't believe that, man. I couldn't believe that. And yeah, so yeah, that's how the Brownies blew it to
Seattle.
fucking,
And
yeah.
Seattle's kind of trash this year, right?
Well, no, man, Seattle's now in first place because of us.
Oh well, there
And it
you
was
go.
funny. 3 weeks ago, the Niners were undefeated.
Yeah,
and
and now they've dropped
clear,
3 in a row.
Clear for dropped 3 in a row, and now they've lost the lead too because
but they
Seahawks
had-
are up front.
In their defense, they've had some injuries, right? They got a
So
couple
what?
guys out.
So is everybody.
Yeah, but you lose some key point. You lose some key components, man. Right? Like,
Yeah, so did the Brownies. We don't have Nick Chubb, the best running back in the league. He's out for the year. They
all right,
broke
well,
his knees in week 2.
and look, and you just lost. So what's the point? That's the point. You lose a good guy, then you possibly lose game because you just
Well,
said
we
you lost
lost
your best.
Tim.
You just
We
said you
lost
lost
Tim
your
in week
the
2.
best running. Say you said you lost the best running back in the league, and then you're upset because they didn't run the ball, right? They're
Well,
like,
we got the best backup running back in the league in Kareem Hunt. So yeah, you just give the ball to Kareem Hunt.
okay,
He was
well,
killing it all
that's
day.
don't be mad at the player. Be mad at the coach for calling
I'm
the
mad at the
whack
coach for
ass
calling
play.
that stupid fucking play.
There we go. All right, cool.
All
All right.
know, because he knows this guy's already turned the ball over twice. He knows the guy's under 6 feet. You don't put him in this situation. Just hand the damn ball off. Let the defense blow it if they're gonna blow it. Don't put it on the. Don't give him the game.
Well, if you wanna go there, you should also throw out he knows that he played in the XNFL.
Yeah,
Right?
XFL. Yeah, he knows
The
the Rock was
XFL.
his commissioner at one time. That
Yeah,
shit don't
exactly.
count.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He should have known.
He
So,
should have known better. He should have fucking known better. So,
hilarious.
this,
Well, I'm
yeah,
sorry your
I'll
team
tell you
lost,
this
man.
much: if we don't make the playoffs, our coach is gone. If we make the playoffs and get embarrassed in the first game, our coach is gone. I don't think they're going to put up with it. We'll see. I
Well,
mean,
hey man, look, let's just be honest, man. It's
injuries
the
are a
NFL.
motherfucker.
It's the NFL, dude. They go through coaches like they, like they're a dime a dozen. So,
Right.
it's I wouldn't be surprised. He'll end up on somebody else's team. Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that, dude. That was the shit Browns. And
all right. Well, I'm sorry
that's
sorry
it,
that
Reg.
they ruined your week, your Sunday.
And
bro.
speaking of the Cavs, they sucked one up too. The Cavs are back, and I think they lost their first game. I don't know. They won one, they lost one, but then they're playing this game against the Thunder.
Okay.
I turn it on. They put it on the TV the last minutes of the fourth. Cavs are up by like 5 or 6 when I put it on. They just scored. So I turn it on. Once I start watching, the Cavs didn't score another basket. And the Thunder ended up that basket I saw was their 2, and the Thunder were on a 12-2 run. And they ended up winning the fucking game. And then it's so bad too, where like they're just giving it up, and then Evan Mobley's getting blocked. I'm like, you're 7 feet tall. Then Donovan Mitchell goes to try and take the tie-in shot, doesn't even get it off, turns it over. It's just like, and then the next game we play the Pacers at home. 4 of our 5 starters are out of the game.
Oh wow.
They're not even playing. Like we're missing both our guards. The only one we got is Evan Mobley. It was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey man, look, I'm not superstitious, but I know a lot of fans are. And if the Cavs were doing well until you started watching,
Exactly. That's what I'm
just saying. I'm not blaming you, but for all the Cavs
I didn't
fans out
help.
there who are listening,
I didn't
the
help.
Cavs were doing well, and then Sal started watching. You might want to, if you're a Cavs fan and they're doing well, you may want to send Sal a text and say, "Do not watch."
Yeah.
Right? Don't turn on the game.
And then this guy, this guy Chet Holmgren looks like a tall, skinny Amish guy with his stupid beard, look like pubes on his cheeks. He's blocking shit left and right on us. I'm like, run through that dude.
Looks like
ridiculous.
That's how I feel about Eminem's beard. I feel like he's got the Chet Holmgren beard.
No way. Chet's beard is way more puby than Eminem's. We'll put up a poll and see what people think.
Way more puby. That's a word you don't hear every day. Man, your beard is very puby.
Beards ain't for everybody, dude.
Pubes ain't for everybody, obviously, too, in this world right now. Right?
Not on the face.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
All right,
well,
dude,
hey,
well-
look, man, I'm sorry that your Cavs let you down, and your Browns.
No,
Right.
it was a rough. I think only my fantasy team won this weekend. So
I have to
that's
admit,
about
sometimes
it.
I feel bad because I don't feel bad. I'm that's an exaggeration. But sometimes I feel some type of way because we get on here and you're upset about the Browns and you're upset about the Cavs and you got your teams that you follow and you're bothered by. And I'm like, yeah. I got nothing. I can't bring in, like, I have no team that I'm upset about.
Yeah, you didn't grow up with the team. That's all. You
know what it is? We should discuss this. I think this is kind of cool. I think that a lot of times the stories that I hear about people who have some real big fandom or devotion or dedication to a team, it's usually centered around some good feelings as a kid, going to the game with their pops or their family
Yeah.
being really involved at, during holidays or whatever the case may be. Like, it's associated with something other than just the game and the city.
That's true.
Right. So for me, not having a male figure in the house who was into sports like that I said that I was trying to connect with, and then trying to connect with him through sports, maybe that's one reason why. Because Alabama, come on, University of Alabama football.
Yeah, so that was
that's
So
huge.
did you must have noticed the University of Alabama was such a big sports thing, especially for football and stuff.
Yeah, but okay, so I think this clears that up. Like, I'm not an Alabama fan. Like, I support them, I root for them when they're playing, but I don't have any Alabama gear. I don't wear any Alabama gear. I have no desire to go to an Alabama game. I'm not like Roll Tide, all this kind of shit. But I do know that my feelings about Alabama were heavily influenced by a male role model or mentor in my life, or just a male in my life, in the sense that my high school coach, Coach Willie Scoggins, he was a tough dude, man. He played basketball and football at Tuskegee on some level, and he was fair skinned. He had green eyes. He had a bunch of moles and freckles on his face, and he was not an easy man to get along with. Sometimes he was very much so. This dude was straight up like, "Hey, look, it's either my way or the highway. Those are your choices. Do
That's
it the
a
way I
coach,
want
baby.
to, or go somewhere else and do it," right? But he told us, I remember him talking about, I think he and I on a road trip, we went to Kentucky, to the Kentucky Big Man Camp, and he took me there. And in that conversation, or on the drive there, man, he started talking about University of Alabama football, and he was talking about how Paul Bear Bryant, who was, revered as the man in Alabama for a long time, refused to have black players on his team. And then he took his team to Mississippi, where they were allowing black players to play, and the black players in Mississippi beat the dog shit out of Alabama, right? These brothers was running all over them. These boys couldn't keep up with them. And so it was like, then he started to change his tune. But that was only because it was about trying to win and compete, not because he believed in integration or giving people
right.
right? So that was one. That was one. The other one was, he was not an Alabama fan because he felt like once they did allow black players to play, that they didn't emphasize in getting an education, right? Like, you get these young black people, or young black people who are coming to the school, who generate tons of revenue for the school. They generate a lot of money, a lot of wins. They're building a lot of pride in that community for that university. And guys were leaving school without an education, without a degree, right? Like, the emphasis wasn't on trying to make them better people in the end. It was about using them for their skill set. For the sport, for their skill set, to advance their cause. And as he would put it, like, tossing them to the street. He's like, there are guys that played at Alabama who were All-Americans, right? That helped win national championships, that set school records. And they're, janitors at this place, or they work at a gas station over here, or they graduate, they not even graduate, they leave college, and they can't read. They can't write. They're completely illiterate, right? There were times in Alabama's, and I'm not going to just single out Alabama, but there were times in history for athletes and whatever, a number of different universities and colleges around the country, where these tremendously talented African-American or black athletes would come to the school, and they would be there for 4 years, and they would leave school and they couldn't read and they couldn't write, which shows
one was Dexter Manley. You remember Dexter Manley?
Dexter Manley,
the Washington football player.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was a professional athlete, and he couldn't, I believe, read.
Exactly. And he went to Alabama, I think. Didn't Dexter Manley go to Alabama?
I'll look it up.
But that's the whole thing. That's a disservice, right? And that means that people are pushing papers for you, right? Like, people are making excuses to help you be eligible to provide your skill set on that football field, because that's where we need you. And then the last one is this, and I've talked about this before, but the last one is this, is that it's no secret that the South is still segregated in a lot of ways, and there's still a lot of racial tension. There's a lot of issues down there, and there's a lot of there's a lot of things that are just not spoken about but understood, right, within the culture. But it's funny to me that Black people and white people can come together at a football game and support, the Crimson Tide and sit side by side and yell and hoot and holler and high five each other and, talk about Nick Saban and talk about what the players are doing and where they're going to go and what we're going to do this year and are we going to win? And then they leave the stadium and, there's no commiserating. Like there's no communication. There's no relationship outside of that with anybody else of color, a different color of them. Right. So, I know that sports will bring the players together. A lot of time when players come together on teams that are from different races, they can bridge those gaps and they go through something together. Right. And they build friendships and bonds that last. But for whatever reason, it doesn't extend to the stands in a certain way. At least
yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Like I can imagine that there are guys that can sit next to, there's a white family that can sit next to a Black family at an Alabama football game and they can share, like drink beers and high five and talk about this and talk about that. But if the Black family son wanted to date the white family's daughter, be like, hey, we're not
Right.
It's football. Right.
You see Dexter Manley over here with a mohawk?
Yes.
It's a dope. I used to have this card. And I always thought he was the baddest dude around. Look at that mohawk, dude. It's a thin mohawk.
He's doing the Mr. T.
Yeah, maybe.
Where did he go to college at?
Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma
State.
Oklahoma State. He's a Cowboy. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just Alabama, but so my high school coach, man, he really poisoned the well against the University of Alabama for me.
I
had a hard time with it. I was like,
I see that.
But just imagine. So now we take that example of one guy who's speaking against it. Take the other example of somebody else who's like, we take pride in Alabama. Alabama's where it's at, and they're supporting and they're part of it. And they got the shirt and they got the hats and they got the big number one finger and they're trying to go to the game. And maybe they can't go to the games. They're just watching on TV. So at some point as a kid, your old man is able to score tickets to a University of Alabama football game and you get to go to the game and you have a great time and you get popcorn, the whole thing. You probably become a lifelong fan because of that association. That memory.
It was like that Sammy Weegent. Sammy Weegent. He's a huge Roll Tide guy. All right, Reg, we'll wrap
if you're
up,
white,
dude.
If you're white and from the South, of course you're gonna be a Roll Tide fan. That's a no-brainer. The one that bothered, I had this happen. I was headlining the Sacramento Punchline, and I did the morning radio spot. I mean, the morning television spot on Wake Up Sacramento or something. And hitting all our cues, they're asking all the questions, and I'm being humorous here and there and getting chuckles. And I feel like this, you're doing well or you're funny when you do the morning spot, and the cameraman, right? The cameraman is like,
oh, that's good. Yeah.
Right.
He's laughing.
When you see the cameraman laugh, because that's his job. He's sitting there watching this stuff all the time. But when you see the cameraman laugh, there's a little part of you on the inside that goes, I'm doing okay, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So
because you have no audience in a situation.
You got no
like
audience, right? And except for the host, and they're kind of obligated to some degree, right?
Right, and they have to keep it professional.
They have to keep it professional. But they asked me, they're like, okay, well, before we get out of here, we understand you're from Alabama. And a little part of me on the inside, my stomach sank. My stomach was like, ugh, here it comes. And I go, yeah, I grew up in Alabama, whatever. And I was about to segue into a joke. And the guy goes, all right, but I got to ask you, are you a War Eagle or a Roll Tide? When I say it took everything in my power not to just fully be me and be like, man, fuck both of them. Fuck both of them.
That'd have been hilarious.
That would have been, and straight up throw the middle. I don't even throw middle fingers up. Be like, man, fuck both of them.
And fuck you for asking.
Yeah, exactly. Give a fuck about that shit, right? But I didn't do that because I know it's morning television.
So
this is the whole thing, and we live in a world. And I go like this. I go, oh man, come on, like really? And he's like, hey, hey, I know Alabama, Auburn. You gotta choose one. And I go like this. I go, Roll Tide, right? even now
Yeah,
saying
yeah, I don't
it
like
hurts.
hearing hearing you
Yeah,
do that,
it
man. You're
hurts
like a
to come up
sellout.
because I sold out, bro. I sold
Mm.
out. I'm so sorry
You just
to
been like,
anybody out there. I
man.
sold out
You
just
should have
for a
just been
moment.
like, yeah, I like what you just told me. You could have been like, man, I'm having a dad. Didn't you hear me? I don't know this. I
Come
don't
out to the
care
show
about that
tonight. And you
stuff.
hear more stories about me not having a
Yeah,
dad and how I'm not a
I
fan,
mean,
right?
I do love, like Sam Morril does some really funny stuff with the morning show. If you ever see it, it's really funny.
Okay.
Like he fucks with these people hardcore, dude.
Oh yeah,
And
Sam Morril is funny. He's edgy, but he's funny.
yeah,
But yeah, I wish I could find that video footage. I'm sure I could, but you see me go, I go, oh man, you can put me in this. So it comes across in the moment. It came across like, don't make me have to choose between the two because I can have fans that are either one, right? Right.
mhm.
Like, and so it was kind of like, roll tide, you know what I mean? But it's like, okay, all right. It's like, all right, well, they're like, well, this weekend, Reggie Steele will be headlining the second
And where'd you go?
punchline, come out and sing and blah, blah, blah. And it was fun. It was fun. But all right, so we wrapping up, or you gonna bring up the Sam Morril thing?
Well, let me see if I can find it. Otherwise, you could just wrap it. You start wrapping this up, and we'll see if I can
Okay.
interrupt you.
All right. Once again, folks, go check out Available Light on IG. It's my man's brand. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's quality product, right? That's a screenshot for you. All right. Available Light, quality products. It's good materials. It's not too it's not over the top. He doesn't have a whole lot available right now, but there are some nice things out there. You may find something you like. If you do, go ahead and pick it up. Represent, be that available light for somebody and be the
Yeah, I can't
available light for
find this
somebody in their
shit.
life. So all right. With that being said, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. I know there was a moment there where it was like, the hell is going on? But we appreciate you guys listening, sticking through the whole thing with us and on this journey with us as we figure out what the thing is and what it's going to be. So if you like it, if you enjoy it, please like, share.
Oh, I got an
and
interruption
subscribe.
though. I did talk to Louis Katz.
And there
And,
is our interruption.
Yeah, he's
There's
down. He's
interruption.
down. He's down to do it next month. So
Yeah, let's go. Louis Katz. Louis is
yeah,
one of those.
so check out his
Man.
special past tense out there now.
Yeah, his YouTube special produced that he produced himself. He
Made
put
himself.
out there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Louis is a funny guy, man. Sal and I both known Louis for a number of years, and Louis he's a hardworking comic. He's out there on the road. He's making things happen. He has major endorsements by a lot of different people, a lot of established.
Yeah, he just did Mark
people.
Maron's podcast too, so it'd be interesting to hear.
So yeah, Louis is one of those dudes, man. I'm looking forward to having him on the show. And Louis is from the San Francisco scene. Sal and I have been very fortunate and lucky to have access to a lot of people. We came up with a lot of guys that have just been, beasts, monsters, juggernauts.
Some of them had to respond to the New Yorker this week.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should have gone there. I watched. Hey, look, props to him. I'm gonna say this real quick before we go then, because you mentioned it. Yo, I give Hassan, I give him props, man, for sitting down and doing a thing, and addressing it. Right. I thought he did a really good job of defending his take. I thought he did a really good job of exposing the New Yorker and arguably what looks like it was a very slanted article in a sense that they had information to debunk some of the ideas or things that happened or to tell the whole story, and they chose to only tell parts of it. But I mean, I guess that's what media is, right? Like it's, whatever you say. I don't think they didn't say anything that he didn't say. They just
Right.
didn't say, yeah, they didn't say anything that he didn't say. They didn't,
Yeah,
everything.
it's still, yeah.
But they took it out of context in some cases. So I give him props for sitting down and doing the thing, man. It's not easy, right? I still think that there are a lot of different ways. I think he could have gone about
It's
those
better
things
just not to have
differently.
said it in the first place, then it wouldn't have been a problem.
Right. I think he could have said it differently. But hey, look, everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. I'm not
Right.
mad at the dude. And I give him props for owning this shit and showing up and saying whatever, man. So go check it out. It's 21 minutes and 30 seconds, I think. And
Or
he
you just
addresses-
read it. Like I read just what was said real quick.
Oh, I watched the whole thing.
That's great. Well, you're a good friend. All right,
Well,
wrap us up, Reg.
Well, I was doing that. I already said all the stuff. So yeah, go ahead and like,
right, good
share, and
time.
subscribe. And
I already said
yeah,
all the
check us out
stuff.
next week. We'll be back doing it again. And I'll have on a different available light hat for you. So
all right, buddy. Good times.
that's Sal Kalani. And I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin. Peace.